Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And once again, a very hazy, smoky day all across north central Washington. This once again looking up Wenatchee Avenue in Wenatchee. And yeah, the Cascades nowhere to be seen today with that low hanging smoke. Also, shower activity around our area did help some locations a bit today, but all in all, just one of those days it was nasty to be outside. But we talked about rain. Most of the heavier rain will be up around Okanogan County. That means Twisp, Winthrop, maybe Omak, thunderstorms possible. We do have a flood watch for Chelan and Okanogan counties, so we're going to keep our eye on that through our evening hours. And we'll have much more weather to talk about coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Firefighters controlling the Irving Peak and White River fires near Lake Wenatchee have been reinforcing local Forest Service roads. Douglas County has dropped lesser charges against 2 murder suspects so their prosecution can go forward in Chelan County, where the victim in the case was killed. And Chelan County Search and Rescue assisted in the rescue of a pair of distressed hikers over the weekend. But first, our top story tonight, the closure of Stevens Pass continued into its 4th day today as crews continue to battle the Bolt Creek fire north of Skykomish. Cross-mountain travel on U.S. Highway 2 has been blocked from Index to Skykomish since shortly after the fire was first reported Saturday morning. When it will reopen remains unclear, with the fire burning along the highway in several areas. The Washington State Department of Transportation said in addition to the hazards the fire presents, there are areas where the fire has loosened rocks and trees. WashDOT said crews are assessing that damage where it's safe to do so. The Bolt Creek fire has burned about 7,700 acres and was listed this morning at 5% contained. Firefighters controlling the Irving Peak and White River fires near Lake Wenatchee have been reinforcing local Forest Service roads to act as a barrier in case the fire moves southwest. The Type 3 incident management team that's monitoring 3 fires in the area has logged out hazard trees along Forest Service Spur Road 115 near Little Wenatchee Road. They say that will prevent the Irving Peak fire from crossing the road should it expand in that direction. The team says the White River fire is now about 2,500 acres, while the Irving Peak fire is at 3,200 acres, and the newest fire at Minnow Peak is just 350 acres. Well, Douglas County has dropped lesser charges against 2 murder suspects so their prosecution can go forward in Chelan County. That's where the victim in the case was killed. Benito Eduardo Licea and Andrew Francis Morrow are charged with second-degree murder in the April 18th death of 21-year-old David Lamelli Vasquez, who was killed in a drive-by shooting in Wenatchee. Police say after the shooting, Morrow and Licea fled to East Wenatchee, where Licea allegedly broke into a home and stole a bicycle, while Morrow jumped into the Columbia River to evade capture. Douglas County prosecutors initially charged the 2 with low-level crimes, including burglary and eluding police. Court records show that in July, those charges were withdrawn by agreement and could be refiled in Chelan County as part of the murder case. Both men remain jailed and could face trial in December. Chelan County Search and Rescue assisted in the rescue of a pair of distressed hikers over the weekend, one near Kolchuk Lake in the Enchantments and the other on Mount Stewart. The sheriff's office said a 32-year-old man from western Washington was suffering from exhaustion late Friday night near Kolchuk Lake and received assistance from other hikers in reaching search and rescue crews who were able to get him safely off that mountain. Then on Saturday, the county's air support unit was able to locate a lost 73-year-old hiker who had not returned from a day hike on Mount Stewart. The air crew then directed a ground crew from Kittitas County to the man, who was taken safely off the mountain. Well, when we come back, Northwest cherry growers were badly impacted by the mid-April winter storm. The August median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee area market has once again gone way up compared to this time last year. And the Chelan Douglas Health District is offering free N95 masks in communities throughout the region for people having difficulty dealing with this unhealthy air. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
As the sun sets on another hot summer, let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa winterize and close your pool. Closing your swimming pool is the most important service to get right. Letting the professionals from Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa close your pool will ensure that you won't cost yourself thousands of dollars in damage next year. Want to save a little money? Consider dropping the water level yourself and save. Don't wait. Blue Lagoon's pool closing schedule is filling up quickly. Call today. Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Did you know people 65 or older make up 12% of the U.S. population but consume 34% of all prescription drugs? Protect yourself and your aged loved ones from prescription errors. Always read labels carefully to avoid mistakes. Ask your pharmacist if over-the-counter medicines conflict with your prescriptions, and never skip doses or take more than is prescribed. This message sponsored by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington. Call 1-800-572-4459 for prescription assistance.
Welcome back. In another news, Northwest cherry growers were badly impacted by the mid-April winter storm. The Washington State Fruit Commission says cherry output from Washington and Oregon amounts to the smallest crop since 2008, about 80,000 tons short of average. The Pacific Northwest normally harvests about 210,000 tons of cherries for market each year, but unseasonably cold temperatures as well as heavy snowfall overtook the region April 10th through the 15th, just as fruit blossoms were beginning to flower. The surviving crop from the two states is estimated at about 130,000 tons. Well, the August median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee area market has once again gone way up compared to this time last year. According to Pacific Appraisal Associates, the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market is at $500,000. That's up 15% compared to last August, when the price was at $435,000. Total sales were up slightly at 97. That's up 3% compared to August of 2021. However, active home listings last month were way up at 170. That's a whopping 174% increase compared to last year, when only 62 homes were listed in August. The Wenatchee real estate market consists of Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Malaga, Rock Island, and Orondo. Well, the Chelan Douglas Health District is offering free N95 masks in communities throughout the region for people having difficulty dealing with this unhealthy air. Smoke from wildfires has led to air quality ranging from unhealthy for sensitive groups to hazardous over the past week. Though conditions have improved some from Monday, both Leavenworth and Kashmir were still recording unhealthy air as of late this morning. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
My name is John Volan, and I'm running to be your next district court judge in Chelan County. It's work I already do. In addition to my private law practice, I serve as a judge pro tem. My experience from the bench has informed my fair and just approach to the law and earned me the respect and endorsements of my legal peers. This fall, vote for experience, fairness, and compassion. Vote John Volan for Chelan County District Court Judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect John Volan for District Court Judge.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, Interim Superintendent Bill Eagle may be a new face at the Wenatchee School District Administration Building, but he's an old hand at teaching in the district. In an interview this week with NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz, the one-year appointee talked about his years leading classes at Wenatchee schools and said there's a chance he'll apply to remain in the superintendent's office as the school board looks for a new chief executive.
When the district had their opening activities, I was able to visit many of the buildings in the evenings when they had events for parents, and it was fun to see some of my former students who now have students of their own in the district. And I still run into families from Orchard Middle School, and the other day I was at Wenatchee High School and ran into some of my former Columbia Elementary students that are seniors here this year. And one of the great things for me about that is to see some of my former students now teachers in the district in classrooms. And I've had that opportunity a few times in my career where students of mine have come back to the district and are now teaching or working as paraeducators in the district, and that has been a wonderful experience to see.
Being an interim superintendent, are your hands somewhat tied for long-term decisions and long-term planning in that respect?
No. As an interim, you have full authority as if you were the regular superintendent, and you know, there's a 10% chance I will throw my name in the hat. I'm enjoying my time here, and certainly I've enjoyed my time at the ESD as well. But again, I have a heart for the district, and so I'm considering throwing my name in the hat. But in the meantime, I have the full authority of the regular superintendency, and it's been great to work with the board on some of the things that they have as initiatives to move forward. We've got a new strategic plan that I get to be involved in launching. So I'm in the regular seat, I guess, for at least a year. I have been very impressed with our cabinet team. And when I came on board, I knew the players, but they were in different positions than when I was in the district 4 years ago. And so to see the strengths of my cabinet team has been great, learning how they can support me and the board and the roles moving forward. And our principals do an excellent job. We brought some new principals on board this year. We've got Lance Young, he's new at Sunny Slope. Maria Avila is our new principal at Lewis and Clark Elementary. We have a new principal at Pioneer, Jacqueline Esteban. Very impressive folks, and they do great work with kids and the staff.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get to that, let's head up to Ugh, Lake Chelan. This is from the Manson Water Tower looking back out at the lake, and you can just barely make out some land across the lake, but it is bad up that way. And the air quality all over our viewing area today, just not good at all. And there's several reasons for that. We'll talk about that coming up. Didn't get very warm today either. 77, our unofficial high temperature, but that is about where we should be now for our normal at 78 degrees. Record high 97, and that was set back in 2013. 55 is where we started our day this morning. That's pretty much in the ballpark for normal of 53. And our record low, the first 30-degree temperature we've seen in a while, 38 going back to 1977. 6:36 sunrise this morning, and the sun sets tonight now at 7:17. Boy, you sure notice that. Getting dark a lot earlier now, isn't it? Let's take a look at those Wednesday temperatures. I think Wednesday going to see some more haze out there tomorrow before things begin to get a little bit better. 79 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 78 in Quincy, 77 in Wenatchee, and around 75 for Ellensburg. A nice day in Chelan tomorrow at 77, and the warm spot, one of them anyway, up in Omak tomorrow at 79 degrees. Taking a look at what we can expect tonight, still showers and thunderstorms around the area. There were some severe thunderstorms in Okanagan County this afternoon. Most of those by 10 o'clock tonight when this is taken. That should be mostly in the eastern part of Washington. For Wednesday, we'll see some haze out there, maybe an isolated shower or two, just sprinkles for Wednesday. High temperatures tomorrow in the mid to upper 70s. As we get into Thursday, boy, it's going to be a nice way to end our work week. We're going to see a light west breeze, and you know what that means? Most of that smoke should scour out of our area, so we should see some sunshine on Thursday, and that'll get our high temperatures to around 80 degrees. For Friday, we're going to continue with that strong west and northwesterly flow. Most of the shower activity Friday should be in western Washington. We will enjoy high temperatures in the mid 70s, and then our wind pattern becomes very strong out of the west and the northwest. That's going to bring us much cooler temperatures, partly cloudy on Saturday with high temperatures to kick off our weekend only in the upper 60s. Getting into Sunday, partly cloudy, and we are going to see a windy one right through north central Washington. Going to be fairly cool, at least below normal, with high temperatures Sunday right around that 70-degree mark. And then as we get you into our next work week, we're going to stay a little bit on the cool side. Partly cloudy skies, large area of high pressure in the Pacific, but once again, it's dragging in that cooler air, and we're going to see scattered showers all around our area. Once again, high on Monday, right around that 70-degree mark. Take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, 57 degrees, up to about 77, a lot like today with more of that haze, not so much the shower activity, though, which we have seen off and on throughout the day today. Sunny and warm on Thursday. Should be a beautiful day with the smoke scouring out of our area. 80, 76 then on Friday with partly cloudy skies before, pretty big cool down as we get you into the upcoming weekend. Partly cloudy Saturday and only 67. We might even see lows in the upper 40s with some patchy frost in some parts of our viewing area. Partly cloudy and 70 on Sunday. And then as we kick off your next work week on Monday, we're talking about partly cloudy skies, temperatures a little bit cooler than normal with highs Monday right around 70. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Right now, it costs $100 to fill this up and $1,000 to fill this up. We're all feeling it. Families and businesses getting squeezed because of broken supply chains and corporate greed. I'm Congresswoman Kim Schreier, and I'm leading the fight to suspend the federal gas tax to get prices down. And I'm holding big oil accountable so they stop ripping us off. I approve this message, and I'll keep fighting to bring down gas prices for you.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. It's only one game, but the Seahawks are riding high after holding off Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos 17-16 on Monday Night Football last night. Denver had the ball in the closing seconds. Rather than having Wilson go for it on 4th and 5, Broncos attempted a 64-yard field goal to take the lead, and it was wide left. Geno Smith, spectacular in the first half, leading Seattle to 17 points with 2 touchdown passes to tight ends. Coach Pete Carroll was ecstatic about the play of his quarterback.
How about Geno? I mean, Geno he's 17 for 18 in the first half. I mean, who does that? You know, these guys just don't do that, you know. But remember, he did it against Jacksonville. You know, he had 12, 13 in a row or something like that. So Geno played tonight like he's been playing the whole time we've been practicing. That's what he's been looking like. He didn't look any different than what he's looked like in practice. And so that's why we had the belief in him, and that's why he was able to win the job and go out there on Monday Night Football and win a football game.
Geno says he knew all along he could play, but that he just needed the chance to prove it.
Yeah, I think when people say what I've been through, I think that's a stretch, man. I'm in the NFL for 10 years. So, I mean, to say what I've been through is it's kind of funny. And then to say, you know, people wrote me off. I just been working. You know, that's what it means by I never wrote back. I don't listen to stuff like that. I just work. You know, I know what I have inside of me. God's blessed me with talent and also a passion and a drive. And so as far as worrying about naysayers, anything like that, I don't get into that type of stuff. You know, people can write you off, but, you know, life's about what you make it. And so I've just been blessed enough to be in the NFL for 10 years and been working my butt off. And it's a team game, and we got to win tonight as a team.
Smith found DK Metcalf 7 times for 36 yards on the night. The fourth-year wide receiver says he's happy Geno had a good night last night.
Well, I mean, it was very, very good to see Geno go out there and do that. But, I mean, he's had it in this whole time. He just hasn't had the, perfect opportunity, for him to go out there and showcase, what he really is able to do when he's in full control of a football team or of an offense. So just for him to go out there and get a win like that, I mean, it really just shows the confidence that we have in him and, what we're looking forward to this whole season.
Seattle's offense was held off the scoreboard in the second half, while the defense made 3 goal line stands, 2 of which ending in turnovers.
I'm really fired up for our defense that they hung in there. We gave up a lot of yards, but it's the power of believing that you can stop somebody no matter how much there is left there is so it's so enriching as we go down the rest of this season here, that we can do stuff like that because you believe. It just helps you believe.
Strong safety Jamal Adams went down with an injury in the first half and was carted off the field. Coach Carroll says, yeah, it's pretty serious.
He hurt his knee tonight. He not a typical knee injury. His quadricep tendon, I think, got damaged some tonight. He got hurt, so it's a serious injury.
There are reports out today that Jamal might need surgery, and that could end his season. Russell Wilson threw for 340 yards and a touchdown in his return to Seattle. The 12s showered the future Hall of Famer with boos throughout the contest. Coach Carroll was thrilled with the turnout and the noise.
It was a great night. The fans were ridiculous. The 12s were so good tonight. God dang, they were great. And I'm so pleased that we could give them a game like this, and they could have that much fun. And we got to win the game on 3 times with those timeouts. So each time we won the game again, then we won the game again, then we won the game again. It was great. So I wasn't bugged by that at all. But they were incredibly good, and we're so lucky. We're so lucky that we get to play here, and our fans love it so much, and they perform like that on game day. It was awesome.
Seattle leads the NFC West after Week 1 and will travel to San Francisco Sunday to face the 49ers. That's at 1:05 in the afternoon. That'll be broadcast on Fox. Well, the Mariners are back in action tonight across the street from Lumen Field at T-Mobile Park. Seattle welcomes the San Diego Padres for the first of a quick 2-game series. Yu Darvish will take the ball for the Padres while Logan Gilbert goes for the Mariners. First pitch at 6:40. That's on Root Sports Northwest. Well, while Seattle was idled yesterday, the rest of the American League West had games. Texas played 2, in fact, in Miami, winning the opener 3-2, but dropping the nightcap 10-6. Mike Trout hit his 35th home run of the season, but it wasn't enough for the Angels, who fell to Cleveland by a final of 5-4. Framber Valdez pitched a complete game 6-hit shutout for Houston as the Astros blanked Detroit 7-0. The 2 teams Seattle's battling with for the top 3 wildcard spots play one another yesterday. Bo Burchett's 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th was the difference as Toronto topped Tampa Bay 3-2. Mariners and Jays are a half game ahead of the Rays in that wild card chase. Well, let's take a quick look at a busy prep schedule for today, starting in girls soccer on the pitch. Kashmir is visiting Okanagan. Chelan is hosting Royal. Omax at Liberty Bell. Brewster plays host to Bridgeport. And Manson travels to Lake Roosevelt. Later on, Grandview's at Ephrata. Eastmont's at Wenatchee, while Moses Lake hosts Eisenhower. On the volleyball courts tonight, Moses Lake Christian visits Entiat. The 6:30 matches have Zilla at Kashmir. Ephrata's in Quincy. Manson hosts Oroville. Tonasket travels to Bridgeport. Brewster takes on Liberty Bell. Lake Roosevelt is at Okanagan, and Waterville-Mansfield plays host to Pateras. 7 o'clock tonight, Wenatchee at Eastmont, while Moses Lake travels to Eisenhower. Now, speaking of that match tonight, we will have the Panthers and Wildcats live here on the NCWLIFE channel. I'll be courtside for all the action starting a little bit before 7 o'clock. We'll also bring you live coverage of the 19th Bridge of Sportsmanship between Wenatchee and Eastmont here on the NCWLIFE channel. That begins Friday with our pregame at 6:30. Join Paul Collard and yours truly for the play-by-play at Wildcat Stadium. If you want more on the game and more about ticketing and such, had an interview with Russ Waterman. That's on our website at ncwlife.com. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thanks a bunch, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Bill Eagle is the interim superintendent of the Wenatchee School District as the new school year gets underway, and Bill will be my guest on tomorrow's episode. Bill, what's on the agenda?
Well, we'll talk about my role as an interim superintendent in the Wenatchee School District and some of the great things that we have going with this start of the school year.
And we'll look at my personal record. Just kidding. I sucked at math. I wish I had you as a math teacher, Bill. That's on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com, or you can give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.
Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Kerry Kandata, host of the 12th District TV show right here on the NCWLIFE channel. We're available 5 times a week on air and also at ncwlife.com streaming. You can even find our archives for older shows. We cover business and politics like nobody else. From an insider's perspective, someone that's been self-employed for 30 years and in the legislature for 16 years. You'll get it all right here every week on the 12th District. Won't you join us?
Looking for the latest news on flying cars, robots, or space travel? The vehicle exploded on the landing pad. Tune in to your weekly tech update with Ray McNeil. New episodes Mondays at 8:30 p.m. on the NCWLIFE channel.
Be sure to tune in each weeknight for sports during the NCWLIFE Evening News. If it's the Mariners, the Seahawks, or any of our local teams, I'll be sure to cover the latest right here on the NCWLIFE channel.